There's a reason billionaires seem to bend the world to their will. And it's not just money. They use psychological tricks most people don't even know exist. These are the same strategies they use to control meetings, negotiate billion-dollar deals, and command attention without saying a word. Today, we're exposing the 10 psychological tactics billionaires use, and how they quietly dominate the world because of them. Let's begin. 1. The silence weapon. Most people fear silence. Billionaires use it as a weapon. In a high-stakes negotiation, the average person rushes to speak. The billionaire waits, stares, says nothing. And in that silence, the other side folds. Silence creates pressure. Pressure creates mistakes. Jeff Bezos would pause during negotiations and let others panic into giving more information than necessary. It's not awkward. It's strategy. Silence is dominance without words. 2. Controlled outrage. When Steve Jobs slammed phones and erupted in meetings, it wasn't always genuine anger, it was controlled outrage. A calculated explosion to signal dominance, break resistance, and install fear. People respected his standards and feared being the target. He didn't explode often, only when it served a purpose. It wasn't rage, it was a tool. 3. The no barrier. Billionaires are not afraid to say no. To people, to meetings, to distractions. No is not rejection, it's protection. Warren Buffett once said, "The difference between successful and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. They know that time is power. Every yes is a drain. Every no is control. No is the real flex." The decoy effect. Why do companies offer 3 versions of the same product? Well, because billionaires know how your brain works. They don't really want you to choose freely. They want to guide you. The decoy effect places a weak or overpriced option next to the real one they want you to choose. The weak option makes the better one look smarter. It's not really choice, it's controlled perception. You think you're deciding, but in reality, you're being led. Ego investment. Billionaires understand the power of ego. Oh yes, they do. They compliment a partner in public and they overpraise a team member on stage. Why? Because when someone's ego is invested in you, they become loyal, defensive, protective. They fight your battles because their identity is now tied to your success. Mark Cuban does this on Shark Tank. Stroke the ego, and you own the loyalty. The foot in the door trick. Ask small, win big. Elon Musk didn't buy Twitter in one move. First, he asked for a poll, then for edits, then he bought a piece, and then the whole thing. Psychologists call this the foot in the door technique. Once someone says yes to something small, they're more likely to say yes again. Get a small win, stack it, then go for the empire. Manufactured scarcity. Scarcity sells. Tesla doesn't just drop cars, they open orders and limit slots. Apple doesn't have enough phones. Louis Vuitton doesn't restock instantly. It's all engineered. Scarcity makes you move fast. It creates FOMO, hype, urgency. When you think it's rare, you want it more. Manufactured scarcity isn't manipulation. It's marketing as psychology. 8. The mirror technique. Want instant trust from a stranger? Mirror them. Subtly match their posture. Repeat part of their sentence. Match their energy. People like people who feel familiar. Billionaire negotiators use this constantly. They reflect their target's tone, speed, and energy. It lowers defenses, builds rapport, creates alignment. It's not copying. It's chemistry, on command. 9. Psychological anchoring. Imagine someone offers you a watch for $10,000. You say no. Then they offer it for $4,999. Now it feels like a bargain. That's anchoring. Set a high number first, so the real number feels smaller. Billionaires do this in deals, pitches, and pricing. The first number isn't the real one. It's the anchor. And the anchor sets the perception. 10. Legacy framing. Why does every billionaire say they want to change the world? Because it reframes their empire as a mission. It's not greed, it's legacy. Bezos talks about interplanetary life. Musk talks about freedom of speech. Gates talks about global health. When your goal sounds noble, you gain defenders. Critics shrink. Power hides in purpose. Legacy isn't about the future. It's about controlling the present. These are not just tricks, they're power plays, and now you know them. The silence, the no, the ego, the scarcity, the legacy, they're all tools, not just for billionaires, but for anyone who wants to lead, influence, and win. You've just unlocked the psychology of the ultra-powerful. Use it wisely. And if you're ready to learn more about how power is really played, subscribe, because this is just the beginning.